What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back. And today, we're diving into an episode of Stop Playing With Me. Okay. And it might sound like a simple message, might sound a little funny, but this is important, right? Okay. And this applies to everybody, right? It's not, I'm using Stop Playing With Me as an example, right? But really, it's stop playing with you, right? Like people gotta stop playing with you. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about this, right? So when I say stop playing with me, I'm basically saying people need to stop wasting my time, right? Stop telling me some farce that you believe that is not true, right? Or stop acting like I'm doing something that I'm not, right? It's basically like stop disrespecting me, right? And I'm typically, if someone disrespects me, I'll walk away, right? Like I really don't care that much, right? Like you're not gonna sit there and just do a bunch of wild stuff and I'm just gonna tolerate it. But I'm probably gonna either remove myself from the situation, I might say something to you, and then I'm, drop back and kind of remove myself from the situation. I'm not really a confrontational person. I don't really think much comes from it, especially with certain people that are just trying to get under your skin, right? If someone's actually coming to the table trying to figure something out, then confrontation can be good. But most of the time, people that are seeking confrontation aren't seeking a resolution, right? So let's talk about this, right? People should stop playing with you because your time and energy are valuable, right? People should not be wasting your time, right? You're not here to be someone's backup plan or, be entertainment for them or be some sort of emotional workshop where they can just do whatever the hell they want. That's not how things are going to work, right? So if people are wasting your time and robbing you of your energy, you could be using that energy to, grow yourself. You could build, connect, rest, and you connect with people that actually do care about you and truly respect you, right? So don't allow relationships where people are doing this type of stuff to you, right? It's just, it's not useful, right? And I feel like, at least in my experience, I've had a lot of this come from, when I'm dating girls, right? Like a girl will really just use me to, improve her emotional state, right? I've had this happen time and time again, and I'm done with it. So like, stop playing with me, right? And I basically, after some time, I realized, okay, there's just certain girls out there that really just want you to fawn over them because it makes them feel good. They don't care about you. They're using you to make themselves feel better, make themselves feel validated, right? And that goes for men too. Men can do that to women as well. But, in my personal experience, I was like, all right, I'm just not going to deal with this anymore, right? So I seek deeper connections with women now when I go on dates and I, meet girls that I might be interested in. But this can go for non-romantic relationships too. I mean, there's plenty of times where people might think like, oh, you're the laughing stock of the friend group, right? So we're just gonna make fun of you, right? And sometimes there is a difference, right? If your friends are genuinely just like they care about you and they're making fun of you, that's a different story. If people do not care about you, they're not reaching out to you, they're not talking to you, they're not trying to make plans with you, and when you show up to the function, they're just, making fun of you the whole time and everyone's just laughing at you, that's a different situation, right? Because my friends, we make fun of each other all the time, right? But we love each other deep down, right? Like if they come to me with some serious stuff, I'm a, drop the funny stuff and I'll be like, hey, like, let's talk about this. Let's work through it. Let's talk about why you're struggling. How can I help you? What can I do to help you, right? But if you don't have that aspect of the relationship, man, tell those people stop playing with you. And a lot of times people will do this because they don't think you're smart, right? Like they think that you're just like dumb and they don't think that you actually have like emotional capacity and whatever. You're just there for their amusement, right? And that's not it, right? Like when people are playing with you, they might lie, they might manipulate you. They're just trying to like string you along so you can, do their bidding and do what they want you to do, right? And they pretty much are going to assume that you're never going to understand that what they're actually doing is malicious, right? And frankly, the people that are doing it to you might not even understand that. They might just be like a little, loose in the brain, but it is what it is, right? You just got to be aware, right? And just be aware and value your time, value yourself, value your emotions, right? Because when you let someone else control all that stuff, I'm telling you, you're really losing control of your life. So don't let people do that to you. Tell them to stop playing with you. You know, your boundaries deserve to be respected. You know, you don't have to accept less than what you give out, right? If you're giving out way more than these people are giving back to you, those relationships might not be good for you, bro. So, you know, check that out. Let me know what you think about that, and you know, assess those situations, right? And just let people know, right? Like if they're really gonna play with you, that means that they might lose you, right? And that goes for friendships, family, romantic relationships, what have you, right? Like real motherfuckers know this, right? Like if someone is going to play with, you know, your trust, your emotions, all that, like real motherfuckers are not going to lash out. They're just not. You're not going to lash out. You're not going to lose your cool. You're just going to walk away and not look back at it, right? Like, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. Is it's like if someone's really going to disrespect me, whatever, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation, because I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, it's all cool, whatever. You can play with me, whatever, right? You know, sometimes I'll give you a chance. Maybe I'll give you 2 chances, but like I'm not letting that go on forever and ever, right? Back in the day, you know, some of my previous relationships, both romantic and, you know, friendships, you know, I would have friends that would kind of just use me for what I had. You know, like I used to be, you know, and I still, to this day, I don't really drink a lot at all. I rarely drink alcohol. You know, but in high school, all my friends were drinking all the time, right? And so I would wind up being the DD, right? And people would use me because I had a car and I could drive around. I could do that. And right. And some of my friends appreciated it. They would give me gas money. They would like, you know, they would, you know, hook me up with stuff. They would pay for my food. It was like, you know, I felt like they actually cared that I was like helping them out, and I didn't have to do it, but I was doing it because they're my friends, right? And at that point, once they're doing that, I'm like, yo, bro, like you're cool. It don't matter. Like I got you. Like you don't have to worry about it. But other people, it was just like, oh, like, you know, he's gonna drive, so I don't really care. Like he doesn't want to drink, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I don't want to drink, but that doesn't mean I've just become like your pack mule, bro. Like that's not how this works. So it's things like that. Like, you know, I had another friend in high school. He had a huge house, right? Huge house. And he would just throw these crazy parties because his parents just like didn't care. He was like the youngest of like 4 or 5 kids. And his parents just did not care. They were just like, okay, like cool. Like you throw your parties. It's all good, whatever. Right. But he realized shortly after high school that all of those, you know, the popular kids that were basically telling him to throw these parties, none of them were really friends with him. Right? He doesn't talk to any of them anymore. And I've been out of high school for, you know, a little bit now, but he doesn't talk to any of them. Right? And, you know, he kind of came back to like, you know, myself and some of my other friends that knew him back in like middle school and early high school. And, you know, he's like, yeah, man, like I made a mistake. Right? And he acknowledged it. He was like, he kind of ditched us, you know, his real friends for people that didn't really care about him. You know, so, but when you're young, I can understand those mistakes, man. If you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, don't let people take advantage of you. Tell these people to stop playing with you, right? But that's the real message in this video. I say stop playing with me and my friends all the time just because I think it's such a great phrase. And it's just like, it holds true in a lot of situations, right? Like just stop playing with me. Just stop playing with me. So that's all I got, guys. Don't let people play with you, and I'm going to check you later, man. I love you all. Stay up, stay blessed, stay humble, stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.